Hello. Okay, let's just see if I'm live. And I'm on my iPhone because I'm going to bring somebody on. So thank you very much for joining me. I feel like I've not been live for ages, so I'm just going to quickly make sure I'm live on my business page, because that would be embarrassing. Hello, Lee, getting ready to jump on. Now, am I the right way round? That's the first thing, because it's slightly different on the phone to the computer. So do let me know, either a thumbs up or let me know. I'm going to just check on the computer, that's why my eyes are going a bit over here, to see if I'm live on my business page now. Yes, fantastic. So I'm live. Right, Lee, we're going to bring you on because the title of this video, or this live, and apologies, is normally go live on a Monday. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Sharon Crowley. So I go live every Monday on my business page, giving you hints and tips and tricks. But yesterday, start of Easter holidays, and as organised as I should have been, I wasn't. So hands up, so I wasn't ready for my 12 o'clock live. So Lee has promised to jump on, so we're going to bring her on now. She is currently making changes to a healthier lifestyle, which I'm all about. So Lee, let's see if we can get you on. Hi Katie, thanks for jumping. Please do feel free to share if right, we're going to have a guest appearance. Let me just see if I can bring Lee on. Lee, we're bringing you on now. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hi, Cheetah. So, right, so we're just sorting the kids out. This is why Easter holidays are crazy. Go away, please. Right, Katie, feel free to share, because we're talking about healthy tips, healthy lifestyles, and welcome aboard, Lee.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I know you've been on live with me a few times, but just a couple of seconds, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Lee from Dublin, and as Sharon says, I am making healthier changes to my lifestyle.
Okay, and that's about it, which is fantastic, because I think in this day and age, it's not all about weight loss. Do you agree?
It's not all about weight loss. It's about being comfortable in your own self and being happy within your own self. It's not all about weight loss. It's about having a healthier lifestyle and making healthier choices.
Totally agree. I mean, it's something I've been speaking to my husband about quite recently. We keep talking that it's not about a specific weight target. It's not about looking a specific size. It's exactly what you've just said. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, and living for as long as possible. So if you know smoking 36 is going to shorten your lifespan, then would you do it? Now, I'm just going to jump in before I ask you a few questions about what you're doing. I have sometimes had the mindset, so I'm going to be honest, because I know a few of my friends do, is it worth it? Because we're all going to die at some point. You could get knocked over by a bus tomorrow. What would your answer to that be, Lee? I'll share my thoughts.
If is it worth it? Yeah, it is worth it, especially when you have young kids, because you want to be around as long as you can. Okay, that's number one. And mindset is probably the main focus of being healthy. It's easier to reach for the biscuits and the crisps and the chocolate than it is to make a healthier snack. But in all honesty, yeah, I probably want to stay around a lot longer than, not wanting to be, especially because I've got kids.
That is just perfect, because that is what me and Jason said. We want to be around for Ellie and Billy as long as we possibly can. We do enjoy our treats. We do, we're big drinkers. We've admitted that, but we're reducing it every week. Every weekend, we're doing something a little bit more, rather than take that drastic cut everything out and just be bored. And I always find that when you're in that right mindset, as you're in that zone, you're on it, aren't you? It becomes
Exactly. Yeah. You have to. Your mindset is probably the number one priority, because let's face it, if the mind actually makes the whole body work. So if the mind is not in that proper setting, then it's not going to work at all. Whereas if you have like a goal to hit, whether it be a weight loss goal, whether it be a life goal, you have to have the mindset, because it is the mind that works everything in the body. It works all your organs, it works all your functions. it works basically your whole day-to-day life. So yeah, it has to be like in the proper setting before you do anything.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for that. Hey, Jen, nice to see you on here. Please do feel free to share some love and share it so that other people that are thinking about maybe starting their own healthy journey can see what Lee's doing. So what have you started doing, Lee? What small daily habits have you started to do?
Well, firstly, I sat down and I wrote the goals of what I wanted. And as I said, basically put myself in the right mindset, because if I don't have a strong mind, then I'm just going to fall off the wagon time and time again. And I know how easy it is, especially having kids around, to reach for those packet of crisps or reach for that chocolate bar. So that would be my first step. My second step would be, I would take my first picture, I would take my measurements, and yes, I would take my weight, but I don't define my weight loss or my healthy living by the number on the scales. I go by looking at my pictures, my progression pictures, looking at, the measuring tape, how, small it's going down week by week. Do I step on the scales every week? No, I don't, because I know from past experience, and I've been dieting from the time I was probably 15, 16. And
I think I was
yeah, I know once I don't see the numbers going down in the scales, I get deflated. I don't
yeah.
think about the clothes being looser. I'm, overall feeling better in myself. I don't think of that. I actually think, oh, well, the numbers didn't go down, so I didn't lose any weight. And I remember one time, I actually went on this diet, and I lost 11 pounds in 1 week. But on week 2 and week 3, I lost absolutely nothing. And I was thinking, oh God, it's not working, so why am I even trying? But actually, what's working, the inches was coming off. I was feeling a lot better in myself. But because I watched the scales, it deflated me right down because the numbers weren't moving. So I just stopped and gave up and went back to the press. And, there's the crisps, there's the chocolate, sure, I may as well keep eating them. My third tip would be that everyone worries about working out and all. I actually don't go to the gym. I don't do those big rigorous workouts and stuff. I used to, and it didn't make me lose any more weight than, me just walking around. So I mean, because I walk literally everywhere. Like if I want to go to town, I'll walk to town. If I want to just go on a walk, I'll go on a walk. Like, but I do mostly walking. If I feel that I didn't get enough of a walk in, if I've got spare 10 minutes in the day, I'll put on a workout on the telly and I'll do that for 10 minutes. Like, I get the kids involved. I find when you have kids, and especially like lots of kids, it's easier for you to go to the park and run around with the kids than it is to, worry about going to the gym or doing a workout at home. Get the kids out. I mean, the good weather is going to come in now, so I mean, you are going to be out. So I mean, run around the park with them. Look stupid. Who cares? Like, you're with your kids. Do you know what I mean? I don't care who's looking at me. I really don't. They must think I'm crazy here in Dublin. But I run around with the kids. I climb the trees with the kids. I'm actually probably more of a boy than I am a girl. Like, I mean, I'm up on walls and swings and hanging out, and they're all looking at me. And like when they go to do it, I'm like, no, you're not doing it. You're not old enough. So they'd be laughing at me. When it comes to the nutrition side, I have found with me personally, because I have iron overload, I can't have an awful lot of red meat. So I'm more chicken, fish, the really lean meats. And at that, I very rarely eat an awful lot of meat. I'm not a big meat lover. So I would be more vegetables and fruit than I would be on the meat section. But I do have this thing where I always make sure I have like 7 ounces of protein a day. And I make sure that I do have my dairy, but I use low fat or I use skimmed milk. I drink my coffee sometimes black, but then I do prefer to have my cappuccinos, but I always make sure that they use skimmed milk before they give it to me. As regards to breads and, carbohydrates like that, I would, if I need to have bread, I would have swapped it with cracker breads or rice cakes. I would leave the bread, because simple reason is, unless it's gluten free, there's no point in eating it, because the gluten just, the body's not able to break down gluten. So what happens is it just goes like a ball in your stomach, and it takes days for it to break down. So that's why people find it hard. They don't actually understand why they're not losing. But when you use the likes of potatoes and breads and that, they're all high carbohydrates, and unless you're burning that off, when it sits in the body it turns into fat, so therefore you're not actually losing the weight, you're actually adding in the weight. When it comes to something sweet, I would, if you're a big chocolate lover, I know lots of people are big chocolate lovers and they're like, I can't get rid of my chocolate. I used to be a big chocolate lover, and especially once a month I would eat an abundance of chocolate. Like I would get that chocolate rush once a month and I'd be like, oh my god, I need the chocolate. I've switched it for dark chocolate and literally use 2 squares, and if you suck on the dark chocolate you'll get that sugar craving and it'll go. Like, it is just a craving, it will go. I always tell people that, you know, with weight loss, an awful lot of people think that they're actually hungry and they're not, they're dehydrated. Their body would tell them they're hungry, but the body is actually looking for water. So I would say to them, drink a glass of water first, because that will almost subside the hunger pains or hunger feelings, because you're probably not actually hungry. And
Yeah.
you know, a good healthy diet would be probably 3 main meals would be breakfast, lunch and dinner, and 2 healthy snacks in between.
Correct.
I don't actually eat that. I really don't. I occasionally I would have a healthy snack in between my meals, but it depends on what I'm having for those meals. Like, I would prefer, we have an old saying in Ireland, you eat like a king at breakfast, you eat
Yeah.
like a prince at
And
lunchtime,
then
and you eat like a pauper for dinner. But here in
sure.
Ireland, and you know, in some countries as well, I mean, people eat their dinners like, you know, for kings, and the body does not break it fully down. Yeah, it's breaking it down during their sleep, but not as much as if you're awake. The body does go into like a rest period during the night. Yeah, your
Yeah.
metabolism does go. That's why you're hungry when you wake up in the mornings, but it wouldn't go at the speed that it would do during the day, because they say you normally to eat like 8 hours of the day and then 16 hours fasting.
Yeah.
Right?
That's one of the new methods,
That's
isn't
one
it?
of the new methods, and it's actually been done time and time again. I mean, if they go to medical research, you know, studies, they will see that the body does only need 8 hours during the day for food. And if you break those meals up over those 8 hours, you're sufficiently enough for like a healthy, balanced diet. So
Oh,
they are my tips, really.
fantastic. And we've gone slightly over the 5 minutes, but I expected that with
With
you
me.
talking. But thank you to everyone that's jumped on. We've had Lauren that's jumped on. Jenna's just said it's how you feel. Definitely, you know, it's not about, I mean, don't get me wrong, we should have a healthy BMI, but you know, if it's slightly over and you feel great about yourself, go for it. We've had Carly jump on, we've had Diane jump on. Adele Canning has said brilliant tips there from you, and you know, you've kind of said what, you know, one of my motivators, Joe Wicks, aka the body coach, he says, you know, stay away from the sad steps, you know, don't need carbs at 3 meals a day. And I'm just writing a blog on that at the moment, that you know, if you're not exercising in the evening, you don't really need those carbs, you know, but don't avoid them all. And exactly what you said, walking, it's free. You don't have to go to the gym, you know, you can walk and still stay healthy, and it's a free exercise and you're getting that fresh air.
Just
And we both,
tube on your telly. Free
yeah,
workouts.
free work. And we both have some food supplements that can help people if they do feel bloated or if they've got a very large appetite. So if anybody watching this is trying all these tips but still not seeing much progress, please feel free to reach out to either myself or Lee, and we'll share this to your page, Lee, who might be able to just help with some recommendations to kickstart that metabolism, you know, and get you on the healthy journey, so that we're not saying the same thing when summer's here, you know. So let's start that healthy journey now, so that, you know, by Christmas, by summer, whatever, we're all feeling that little bit healthier, you know, towards our journey. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thanks very much for jumping on. As I said, please do feel free. If you're watching it at a later date, or you know, later on today, let us know which tip you're going to implement, you know, straight away, and we'll get this shared out everywhere so everybody knows. So thanks once again for jumping on. Thanks for sharing those healthy tips, Lee, and we'll I think we should have a little show going on. What do you reckon?
Oh,
The Lily.
definitely, we have to.
All right, well, you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'm going to get the kids dressed. They've had a right lazy morning, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.